What's up, YouTube? Tops85401 here, and I'm here with my buddy Eric.
Oakland A's 915.
And if you guys watch our channels, you'll know that we are both dedicated player collectors. Of course, I'm a Barry Bonds player collector. Eric here is a Mark McGwire player collector, and we figured we'd sit down this afternoon and have a discussion about player collecting. And if anybody watching this throughout the course of this live stream has any comments or questions, go ahead and ask. Um, yeah, let's get started here. So Eric, how long have you been collecting or how long has Mark McGwire been your main player collecting focus?
Dude, honestly, since I had no idea you were going to ask me this, but for those of you that don't know, because I've felt like I've said this a bunch, but I started collecting his rookie year in
Wow.
'87. It was about the time that I was really getting into baseball, um, and um, and really getting into baseball cards more seriously. I guess I started collecting the year before, but it was just because of the fact that McGwire played first base, I played first base, he batted fourth, and a big influence I think was my grandpa. My grandpa really liked McGwire a lot, so I think that had a lot to do with it. I really looked up to my grandpa, and so
That's
that's
so
kind of
cool
what
that you were able to get influence from your grandpa, when you were starting the hobby, and he kind of said, "Well, I
yeah,
like this guy." And you're like, "Yeah, grandpa, I like that guy too. I'm going to collect
yeah,
them."
yeah, and I really looked up to my grandpa. I wanted, in a lot of ways, I wanted to be like him, so just it made sense.
That's
I mean, you
fantastic.
you even got to talk to my grandma. What was that? A year ago, you got to
Yeah,
talk to
about a
my
year
grandma
ago, yeah.
and hear the story about how her and my grandpa went to go catch a Cardinals game so they could see McGwire play in '98.
That was such a cool story when your grandma was telling me that.
Oh, I know, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you know what? Had McGwire not been playing, I don't think they would have caught a game. But Mac had everything to do with that day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So, right on. And then
Anyways, how about you,
so
Nate?
yeah,
I think
okay, so it's funny because before I was collecting Barry Bonds as my main player focus, and most people know this, but McGwire is my main player focus. But in the year 2000, Barry Bonds hit 49 homers, and the Giants moved into their new ballpark, and there was just something electric about that ballpark and about Barry Bonds. And I changed my player focus from McGwire to Bonds in probably late 2000, early 2001. So now it's been a good 21 years that I've been collecting Barry Bonds, pretty much nonstop for the last 21 years. I think before I started collecting Bonds, I might have had just over the years as a collector, because I started collecting cards in '83. I probably had like one or two binder pages of Bonds cards and all his rookie
Mhm.
cards, and that's about it. So I
Gotcha.
really had pretty much nothing of his when I changed my focus from McGwire to Bonds back in the year late 2000, early 2001.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I probably at one time probably had a couple hundred Barry Bonds cards, but that had to do. I collected a lot of. Hey, what's up, Aaron? I guess like most people, I collected a lot of players from the '90s.
Yeah.
What's up, Jay? What's up, Scott?
Yeah. What's
But
up, everybody in here? A lot of people are in here, so
a
welcome,
lot of a
everybody.
lot of that, you know what? A lot of that had to do with though, Nate. This was before eBay, and so I had every McGwire that I'd ever laid eyes on. So when there was nothing, I still wanted to be collecting cards, and I had all the McGwires I knew of. So we collected a lot of other players.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Before eBay, it was. I mean, you just didn't know about the stuff that was out there. I don't know how player collectors tracked down these super rare cards in the 90s, but they
In
must
the
have been
night.
networking through mail, or I don't know. The internet just didn't exist. Maybe
Well,
emails
check this out.
or mail.
That's funny. That's funny you brought that subject up because this I think the date on this thing is about 1990 or 91. But when I was a kid, I used to mail off for baseball cards, and I actually asked for a Mark McGuire checklist to like what cards they had.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I found
That
this in a
is
5,000 count box a few years ago, but it's old. And this
wow.
is the way. This is how I used to get a lot of McGuire cards that I had never seen. This place was in I think it was in Reno. Yeah,
That's pretty
Reno,
wild.
Nevada. So
Wow.
what used to happen was I would have to like save up my allowance and you know I'd go big. I'd spend about 20 bucks, which when I was about 13, 14 years old, that was a lot of money. But I would have to give the cash to my mom, and then my mom would write a check for me to mail off, right? And then it would take like 6 weeks for me to get my cards because they'd wait for an out of town check to clear.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, for sure.
so I mean, at 13, 14 years old, waiting 6 weeks for your cards, I'd kind of forget about them. And then one day I'd have, a nice mail day. And that was one of the ways I would get my add to my McGuire collection.
Well, fortunately for me, when I started collecting bonds, eBay and Yahoo auctions was available.
Yahoo
And
auction.
even with all that, I I didn't really understand what was out there to collect until I started making videos on YouTube and connecting with the community. I was just kind of on my own, and I think as a player collector, it's really, really important to be part of a community within either player collectors or collectors that collect the same player as you, because there is a vast,
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
talking a vast amount of information out there, and there is always something to learn with player collecting. I'm still learning all the time. I'm still discovering cards all the time. I'm still picking up cards I didn't know existed all the time. Well,
Mhm.
not all the
Oh,
time, but
right.
as often as I can. And it just blows my mind. I mean, friends will hit me up with emails that are fellow bonds player collectors and say, "Hey, do you have this? This came out of this product. These are hard to get. You should, you might want to pick this up." I mean, it's amazing. So being a part of a community of player collectors has enhanced my collection immensely. I'm talking immensely. It's been one of the most wonderful things about this hobby, and what's made it that much more enjoyable. And I mean, I know that like you're a McGuire guy, I'm a Bonds guy, and we always bounce off each other on products that are common to both McGuire and Bonds,
Yeah.
and discover products that we don't know about that either only McGuire or only Bonds are in. So, I
Right.
mean, there's just
Yeah.
so much to learn.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. You'll bring up a set and I have no idea what you're talking about. And it's like, oh, because McGuire's not in that set, so I don't really know
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
That does
that happens
happen,
a
but
lot. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm still learning stuff, man. Like, for example, I got this mail day right here. This card literally came in the mail today. This card is an absolute blazer,
Oh yeah.
but it's a
Yep.
1996 Leaf signature platinum press proof.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that the print run, now there's no stated print run on the card. It doesn't say anything about the print run. I hope I can get the picture to show up here. But there's 150 copies of these
Looks
cards.
good.
They're really, really tough to find. And, I mean, I had to do a little
Yeah.
research, asked a bunch of questions about this card before I picked it up because I just wasn't familiar with what the print run is and how tough they were and what I should pay and all that kind of stuff. So just a fantastic
Right.
pickup there.
It's a great picture of Bonds too.
Yeah, yeah, that follow through on the swing. Yeah. And then,
Um, here I got a question for you, Nate.
yeah,
How do you go about how do you go about choosing what cards you're going to go after?
man, that is a
Do you
great
have do you
question.
have like a goal or
Well, put it this way, cards that I can't afford, I don't go after. And I just have to let it go. And as the years have gone by, cards that I thought I couldn't afford, which nowadays I could afford if they were priced the way they were 2 or 3 years ago, I would go after them. But like if a card is just too expensive, I don't go after it. I, I enjoy seeing images of those cards. I enjoy seeing other people that collect Barry Bonds that have cards that I could never possibly afford. And for me, that's good enough. I mean, as a player collector at this point, there's just no way I'm going to be able to track down everything. So the
right?
way that I go about picking up cards is first figuring out what do I need, right? What is out there that I need? And then the second step is what can I afford? So what's in my budget within what's out there that I need? And sometimes my budget will be higher or lower. I mean, every month, right? There might be months where I could spend a little bit more this month, or some months where it's like I better step off the gas pedal, kind of take a break for a while. So a lot of it has to do with budget and then just figuring out what I need. And I think for me, that is the biggest thing. And then what's in my budget. And then sometimes I'll go on a kick where, I want to pick up the oddball stuff, or I want to pick up the rare inserts, or I want to pick up certain things. So it just depends on what mood I'm in. But even though I have close to 5,400 unique Bonds cards, there's a lot of stuff out there I don't have. I mean, a lot. I find stuff all the time that I don't
Right.
have.
Yeah,
So Eric, how
there's
about
I
you? How
couldn't
do
tell
you
you how many
figure out?
times it's pretty similar, but I mean I do have a monthly budget, and so try and stay with because sometimes there's been cards that I really sorry. Sometimes there's been times where I really want to get a card, but I might have take a second out on the house and get a
So
what
what
the heck is it?
Smitty
What's up,
says there,
Smitty? I don't know what he means by
that,
that,
that's
but
that's in a perfect world, that's probably what I would do. I'd
oh,
literally have to take a second out on
now
my
I see
house.
what he's saying. Yeah,
But
yeah. The amount of money that I spent in January, that might be a good idea. Anyways, but yeah, I have a set monthly budget, and I kind of pick and choose that way. And then it's very similar to you. Like sometimes I want to kind of find oddballs. Sometimes I want to finish some rainbows, and so I don't know. I guess I just gotta kind of bounce around and keep me fresh that way.
yeah, it's funny. Is sometimes like within other player collectors, you discover a product or something that you realize you didn't have a whole lot of that product, and you kind of go down that rabbit hole, and you're like, oh man, I'm discovering like a whole bunch of stuff that I mean, I kind of knew it was out there, but I didn't realize how rare it was or how cool it was. And then you get a taste of it, you get one or two cards from that product, and then pretty soon you're just kind of on a rampage for a specific product. So a lot of times that'll happen for me. I know that happened for me probably
Yeah.
like in the last couple of years on a lot of the brands where my completion percentage was much lower than like Tops and maybe Donruss. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say, you know what? That's kind of funny you mentioned that because I noticed last year while I was doing some organizing that my Fleer collection wasn't as big as some of the other brands, and wasn't for any particular reason. It just happened to be that way. I thought it was kind of weird. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, a lot of Fleer products started showing up that I just had to get a hold of.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the 90s and player collecting in the 90s is like when you say Fleer product, there is a lot of brands under that Fleer, under the
Yeah,
Fleer umbrella. You got like EX, Skybox, you got Circa, you got Fleer, you
metal,
got, I mean, just a ton of stuff. So
clear
yeah,
tradition.
Fleer Tradition. I mean, just so many products.
Yeah,
Just
that
like
was
Upper Deck or with Tops or Donruss, you got Donruss Leaf. So yeah, I mean it's easy to get lost, like cards to get lost in the shuffle, because there were so many brands, so many parallels. Like especially in the '90s when our players were in the prime of their career. Like here's one I picked up the other day. I didn't even know this product existed. How I don't know why. It doesn't come up that often. But this artist proof from '96 score
oh
has the
yeah,
artist proof stamp right
scored
down there.
dugout or something like that.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah,
I
what
was
is
I
it?
was shocked that you didn't have that.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's like I just didn't know I
I was
didn't have it,
shocked that
right?
you didn't have that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool card. I mean, I love the card. I'm glad I got it in my
Yeah,
collection, but man, it's just stuff like this. There's a lot of it out there, man. So it definitely makes it fun.
yeah,
And
and
then how about
I think
oddballs? Like,
once I move out there, and I think once I move out there,
oh, what was that?
what about an oddballs? Oh, well, it's cool that
Oh, oddballs.
you're
Yeah.
still discovering oddballs.
Yep. I picked up an oddball
Like,
the other day, and there are five bonds collectors, four of which have, no, three of which have larger collections than mine, then myself, and then one other guy. So four total guys, not including me, that had never seen the card.
mhm.
And of course, I had never seen the card before either. And I've asked all of them, and it's a new something new and that no one's ever seen. So those oddballs are really fun to track down. So.
Yeah, yeah, that's so crazy. That's happened a couple of times with a couple of the McGuire collectors. It was a card we discovered last year, and it was so crazy. Out of all the big McGuire collectors I know of, that you know nobody had seen this card before, and we were trying to figure out what the heck it was and
Yeah,
what it was worth.
yeah, yeah. Those cards are always
So
fun to track down, and and
yeah,
and the
there's
lot.
probably
What's that?
oh man, Nate, you cut off for a second, buddy.
Oh, okay.
You cut off. I didn't hear that last part you said.
Oh, I can't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about oddballs. Hopefully, my live stream is good.
Oddballs, and I said the last thing I said was yeah, for the most part it's good, but I just said oh, I don't even remember what I was saying either now. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that's a
But
fun part of player collecting,
anyways,
especially like at the height of the junk wax era, because I know McGuire and Bonds are both in the height of the junk wax era. There are so many fantastic oddballs, food issues, and box cutouts from like
oh yeah,
Wheaties and just all kinds of interesting stuff. And then those border cards, which it's hard to say whether that would count as a real card or not, but I guess a lot of people do count them. And
I count them, and I'm
postcards,
gonna tell you why I count. I'm gonna tell you why I count those cards, the Broder types from the '80s, and it's because in my opinion, back then, a lot of them were made by actual like major league photographers, guys that were working, you know, so they were kind of doing this as a side job. So the photography is really good, but the main reason I think is because you needed pretty serious, sophisticated printing machines to make those cards at that time. So I kind of saw that they were a little more legit than as something today that you can make as your from your home printer.
yeah,
So the
true.
fact
Yeah,
that
you had
anybody
to
can
have,
just make them, I can make a baseball card right now, and you know what I mean. Doesn't
yeah, yeah. So
I don't see it as the same.
yeah, I see what you're saying. It involved actual printing process and some,
Yeah,
like creating the card with the photo and a border and all that. It's not like you could go on your computer and make a really cool looking card with like 3 seconds worth of clicking and dragging.
Yeah.
And
So that's just my personal opinion. It
yeah,
doesn't mean it's right.
yeah. So Eric, what are some of the favorite cards in your collection? Like in different categories. So you could look at like maybe oddball and relic, autograph, multiplayer, you know, because I like people always ask me what's a favorite card in my collection, and there's no way I could answer that as a player collector. Because
I,
once you get into like thousands of cards, you have so many subcategories within that collection, right? How do you how do you
how many?
choose a favorite?
Okay, I kind of I mean, this card's got to be up there now. And
Yes.
you knew this was going to make an appearance,
Oh
but
yeah.
I mean, this card's got to be. I mean, that's a part of McGuire's bat. You know what I mean? That's so and so I mean that's got to be up there. But you know, probably the most meaningful card I have in my collection would be my original '85 tops,
The
and
one your mom got you.
yeah, just because of that story. I mean, because like this was, you know, it was in the off season of. It was about this time actually, because my birthday is coming up. So it was about this time, 1988. So he had just won Rookie of the Year in the offseason. And it was really hot. I had never seen that card like in a showcase. I'd seen lots of pictures of it in Beckett, I guess, but I had never actually seen one in person, which is
Yeah,
kind of
it's
crazy to
funny.
think about now.
Yeah, it's
Because they're
funny. Like in
everywhere.
like I remember when I started collecting in the 90s, like started back up because I quit collecting from 91 through 96. I started back up in 97. And really the only place you could find the tough inserts were at the LCS or at a card show. There was no eBay. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember hanging out at the card shop watching people bust open boxes and stuff. And some guy pulled like a Kramer's Choice out of a box of Pacific. And that was the first time I had ever seen a Kramer's Choice card, right? You just didn't see
Yeah,
those cards. I remember it was a
yeah,
Jose
that's
Canseco
mind
Kramer's
blowing.
Choice. I don't even know if it was like a, or maybe it wasn't a Canseco. I don't remember who it was. But this guy just kept busting box, looking for those tough to find inserts. That's how you would see them, though, right? Is at the
Yeah.
LCS or at card shows. They just weren't. There is just no online marketplace for baseball cards back then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, the the rookie card, like you couldn't find it at that time in '88.
Oh yeah.
So when my mom miraculously had that for me, I remember I got home from school and she gave me a birthday present and that's what it was. I flipped. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I had
That's pretty
no
cool,
idea how
man.
the heck she got that card. But so I mean it really, and so since the fact that I've had it since I was a kid, it's real
Nice.
meaningful.
Nice.
But
Yeah,
then
that's great, man.
another
So,
favorite's got to be. I want to throw in another favorite. Another favorite has got to be the '96 Mirror Gold.
oh yeah, and the story on that one is great because I remember watching that auction go to 0 seconds, and I knew you won it when I saw what you had won it
Yeah, I remember
for.
you text me right after, like seriously. I was
Yeah,
shocked. Like something wrong's
yeah,
gonna happen any minute, right? Like this is a
yeah.
joke. It's
Yeah, and
because I
that I remember
remember.
that sale
Yeah, and some
when
people
all
like
those 96 mirror golds were going. I mean, consider a 2,500 puck at 7,000. Some of these players are selling for thousands and thousands of dollars. And then the McGuire came up and you got the steal of, I think you got the steal of 2019 in the baseball card hobby. I think that might be the best value for that
I
year,
would
in my
agree with that
opinion.
because my bid was about twice as much what I got what I got it for. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, we've all got steals, throughout our collecting careers. I wonder if I don't know. I don't have the box with me right here, but my well, I can show one of my best steals here in a minute. I can grab the box. But yeah, that's a great story on that one. I feel like my 93 finest refractor bonds is one of my best steals, but that's in hindsight, right? Like I paid
Yeah, that's a
market
five
value for
thousand
when
dollar
I got
card.
it, but yeah, I mean, just absolutely insane. So some of the cards now, you know, I am so grateful for what I have as a player collector, because there is no way, and I've talked about this on my videos before when I'm showing, mail days, or when I'm digging through a box of cards, but there is no way I could afford the collection that I have now. So I'm just grateful that I've been collecting for as long as I have to accumulate the collection that I
I've actually heard that from
have.
several players.
Me
I've heard
into a
that from a player
question.
collector. I've heard that
Oh,
same
yeah. I
thing from a
mean,
few
I did a
player
refractor
collectors.
showcase video about a week ago. What's that?
Oh no, I've heard a few player collectors say that recently that they couldn't afford their collection now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
And
know for a fact I couldn't.
I
So,
had to make a decision about the springtime last year. I kept for the first time, dude, I was losing a lot of auctions. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And I'd like to think that I'm an expert on, what McGuire should go for or what they were going for at the time. I could pretty much I had a really good idea about what the card was going to end at. And then last year I started losing stuff, man. So I had to make a decision and say, well, I can either like if I want to continue to collect the way I am, I gotta start bidding higher.
yeah. Well,
So in my case, I
what I've
have
learned is you
almost
got to make a decision quicker. Uh,
yes, that's very true. We've talked about that. I've told you I've done that.
yeah, you
Also
definitely
because
have
of
to make a decision quicker.
also another thing is it's not exactly by choice, but I've almost exclusively become a McGuire collector just because of the fact that um, a lot more of my budget, my baseball card budget, has been going to McGuire since the prices have raised. I don't have as much left for other players. Bums me
Yeah,
out a
I would
bit,
say,
but
yeah, I would say the last 8 to 10 months, I definitely have been focusing a much larger percentage of my card buying towards bonds. And I
got
mean,
it.
and I love collecting a lot of players, but man, I'm telling you, player collecting is that's, I think that's like the most joy I get out of collecting is player collecting and hunting down all those like tough to find cards or just cheap oddball sometimes cards that I just don't have, and adding to the total count to my collection. So I mean, and that's just like um my own personal journey through player collecting is trying to get as many different examples as I can for what I can afford and what's fun for me without stressing myself out, without spending too much money, without comparing my collection to other bonds player collectors, you know, and then being part of a community so that I can learn and know what I should be paying, what I should be looking for, and stuff like that. That's kind of been like my main focus in the last 10 months. And I hit the 5,000 card mark. Actually, Smitty was here. I don't know if he's still in the
Oh yeah,
room right now, but
I remember
Smitty had
that.
come over to my house. Him and his friend Tony were over here one day, and I opened a mail day, and that happened to be card number 5,000 of my bonds PC, and that
I
was like
remember
in
that.
June of 2019.
Yeah.
And when I hit 5,000, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to 6,000. I mean, it was a rough road going from 4 to 5,000. It just seemed like, you know, the cards are more expensive, they're tougher to
Hmm.
find. But man, I just keep finding more and more stuff that I didn't realize I had, and I'm coming up on 5,400, and I think it probably at some point I will get to that 6,000 count mark, but it's just a slow and steady pace. You just always working on it. What am I, 48 years old? So let's say I got another 30 years of collecting. So who knows what my collection will look like? But it's not like I
That's a
have to
good
get
point.
everything right now. I can take my time and enjoy and keep just picking up more and more cards as I go along, you know? So
That's some some good points there. I like that. I like that. But it brings me up to a question I was going to ask
yeah.
you is there any competition with you and the other bonds collectors?
Well, I am very like I communicate on a regular basis right now. There are one, two, three, four guys that I communicate with on a regular basis. And then there are many other bonds collectors that I communicate with. But when I say a regular basis, I'm talking about multiple times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And out of those four bonds collectors, three of them have a more complete collection than me. One of them is on, is within, I'd say, 500 or 600 bonds cards. And when I say complete, I'm talking about unique pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're, in my mind, I am not competing with them because I'm enjoying watching their collections grow and seeing the pickups that they get. That to me is a blast. And I'm enjoying learning from them, and I'm enjoying being able to share what I know with them. And it's, to me, it's just more of a community of us enjoying each other's collections together. If I were like, boy, if I was the type that it was a competition, I don't think I could enjoy collecting, because then I would be obsessed about what other people have and I wouldn't be able to enjoy what I have. And for me, I really, really love what I have. I love picking up stuff. And you know what? It brings me joy to see a Bonds card that's not in my collection and that's not in another Bonds collection, but it brings me joy to see those tough to find cards end up in a Bonds collection. Whether it's
Yeah.
mine or somebody else's, I'm happy for the other collector if it ends up in their collection. And if it's one that I don't have and is a really nice card, I just figure, well, hopefully I'll get the next one. I mean, they're going to pop up eventually. And
Yeah.
it's something that I'll put in the back of my mind and say, you know what, that's a card that I'm going to get someday. And let's say, so you got Ben, you got Reese, you got Kevin, and you got Jeff. Those are the four guys that I know that are as big of Bonds collectors, either as big as mine or bigger than mine.
Right.
And I'm always happy for them when they can land a Bonds card that I don't have. And to me, it can't be a competition, because if it is, it takes the fun out of it. To be able to enjoy the hobby with fellow Bonds collectors as a community of Bonds collectors enhances a hobby. I have images of cards I don't have, and I enjoy looking at those images. I appreciate the fact that these other collectors want to share their images with me, and I love sharing the images of cards that I have that they don't have. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad for me personally, it's not a competition. I can't speak for other Bonds guys. I can kind of guess that for them, it's not a competition either, but I don't know. But for me, definitely not. And I love being part of the Bonds collecting community, because it's just fun before. And on my Bonds collecting group on Facebook, seeing stuff I've never seen before. I love it. This guy, Jeff, that lives in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
last night I was on the phone with him for about an hour. His collection is significantly more complete than mine. And he shared with me about 50 or 60 cards that I don't have, that he just pulled, bam, out of thin air. There's 50 or 60 cards. He knew I didn't have them because they're all one of ones for the most part, or
Oh
at least
man.
numbered to 10 or less or one of ones. I mean, maybe 10 of the cards that he showed me I had, the rest I didn't. And he's not on Facebook or anything, but he said, you know what? Here are the images. If you want to put them on your Bonds Facebook group, put them on there. And I just enjoyed talking with him, talking about the cards, talking about how he got them. Wasn't jealous at all. I'm not in any competition with him. I know I'll never be able to acquire 90% of the cards he was showing me. But boy, it was a joy to be able to see images of those cards. And I was kind of really grateful that he shared them with me, and it was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, that's been really cool to hear about some of the stuff and see some of the pictures you've shared, man. That's
and you know what is important about that, about other collectors that have bigger collections than you? It's important because I don't I don't want to think that I have the biggest collection out there. And because it gives me hope to find more stuff, you know? And there's always that chase. And when you see these collections that blow yours away, it's really, really fascinating to think that, wow, look at this. Like, man, I mean, I'm just getting started here. And I think that's
right.
fantastic because I got years of collecting to go.
Oh, I
But
know, right? Yeah.
yeah, so there's stuff for me out definitely out there for me to get. And I mean, who knows? Maybe some of these collections will be available when I can pick up maybe one or two cards here and there. You know, you never know.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you never
but
know. This is
but yeah, I
true.
mean, it's very humbling. This hobby can be very, very, very humbling. And I mean, for example, Mr. John Mangini here. What's up, John?
Hey, what's
Um,
up,
you know,
John?
seeing his collection. I mean, he's not a player collector per se. I mean, I know he's a big Roberto Clemente collector, but he's not a specific player collector per se. But just to see collections like that as a collector to me is very humbling, and it just makes me appreciate what other people have, other collectors, and I know that in some cases when other people see my collection they might appreciate and be wowed with my collection the way I am with other player collectors or other collections in general, right? So I like to say for every big collection out there, there's 100 of them that would blow that collection away. And it just makes this hobby that much more enjoyable, knowing that these collections are out there, knowing that these passionate collectors are out there, and knowing that there's always something new to pick up for your PC. So how about you, Eric? I know that you asked me one question. I went on a 10-minute
No,
answer, but what are your
well,
thoughts on being in competition with other Maguire collectors?
okay, that's just it. I'm not in any kind of competition, at all, really. I'll be the first to admit I got caught up a little bit last year in Total Unique for a short while. And I mean, I think you pretty much know since we've met, that hasn't been like my number one goal. I kind of slow and steady and, have a constant amount of cards coming in. But, as far as like racing to a number, I got caught up in that for a short minute last year. And to be honest, I didn't like it one bit. And a big reason is because there was a point where I didn't even realize what I was getting in so many cards at one time. I didn't really know what I had.
Oh,
And as
wow.
big as my collection is now, I mean, I still have a very good idea about what I have and what I don't. There was a time where I was in that little short period where I don't think I was enjoying the cards as much as I had normally done in the past.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
so
yeah, I think that there's two types of player collectors. There are completists, and a
hmm
completist is somebody that wants an example of every card that that player appears on. And
yeah.
then there are people, well, I'd say there's three. There are completists, there are what I would call like low budget player collectors, and that would be somebody that wants to get every card, let's say, that they can afford. So as many examples of what they can afford. And then there are the high end player collectors where they don't care about base cards. They don't want base cards. They don't want low end inserts. All they want is, and I've noticed this with player collectors, a lot of them are focused, let's say, on autographs or patch cards or patch autos or relic cards numbered to 10 or any card that is like a super high end insert that would be kind of considered a Mount Rushmore type inserts for their players. So they might have maybe 200 or 300 card collection of that player, but every card is just jaw dropping.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and I just want to give a special shout out to Manny.
Hey,
He around for
yeah,
a while,
you know
so
what?
good to see you in here, man.
Yeah, no, that I was going to touch on that, Nate, because it was not that long ago where my ultimate goal was that I was just trying to get all the McGuire base cards. And um it's kind of because not to say that I didn't have the money, but I had money going other places. So I didn't have, I actually probably made more money then than I do now. However, it wasn't going towards baseball cards. So it was really my ultimate goal was just collecting all of McGuire's base cards. And I can remember as a teenager when some of the the high end parallels started coming out, the chase cards, I guess. I can remember honestly thinking, like when I get older, I'm going to pick up those cards. I'll pick this up. And I'm kind of at that point where I'm making that a reality now, if that makes any sense. So, a lot of these cards I know of, and I've been, I'm just trying to get all the stuff I couldn't afford when I was younger.
Yeah. Well, I would
But
kind of rate my collection as kind of like I would say that I'm a completist that isn't going to ever be able to afford to complete the Barry Bonds run, especially after these cards that I saw last night. I mean, just knowing the quantity of these cards that are out there.
well,
because when you got like Top Sterling from 96 and 97, those cards are absolutely gorgeous, and they made a ton of Bonds cards, and there's just a lot of stuff out there that I'm missing, but I'm
you mean
grateful for what I
06 and
have.
07? You mean 06 and 07?
Yeah, Top Sterling 06 and 07.
Oh,
Bonds
okay,
was
yeah,
in
you
that
said
product,
96.
and there's
I got
just, and then
confused.
you got triple threads from 06 and 07, just all the different cards from that. And so kind of towards the end of Bond's playing career, he was in a lot of that high end product. And
Yeah.
I have a pretty, I have a nice example of many of the cards, but nothing like this collection I saw last night. So, but it does give me hope, hey, maybe I, pick up some of those one of one, Sterling parallels, the wood parallels and the Sterling parallels, get one or two examples of those and track a few of
Right.
them down, dish out the money and just pick up a few and just add them to my collection. So we'll
Well,
see how it goes. But just seeing that collection last night gave me ideas of stuff that I would like to pick up and add to the PC.
you've got some one of ones.
I do. I think we
Some
all
Sunday
do.
days.
All of us player collectors do. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh man.
So, yeah. I mean, did you want to show off some cards? I mean, I got a couple of boxes here. I just happened to grab some random boxes, and man, I mean, I've picked up quite a bit of nice stuff. And like you and I are both 90s collectors. So any player collector from the 90s, like Bonds, McGuire, Jeter, Griffey, Frank Thomas, those are the big names. And then you got like Bernie Williams and, Robin Ventura, Chipper Jones, Juan Gonzalez, Pudge Rodriguez. I mean, all these players, just so many wonderful products from the 90s to collect from those years. But, I mean, I'm always seeing cool stuff that people are showing off. Like here's
Uh-oh.
from Ionics, the
Oh
Warp
yeah, that's a
Zone.
good
I
one.
don't think McGuire's in that one, but I just
Yeah,
figured
he
I'd
is.
show off a few of the like kind of the mid-end inserts that I really enjoy. I got an upper deck box here.
He is
Oh
in
man,
that, and I don't
here we go.
have it
These ones,
actually.
these Century 11s are just fantastic. I think you got both of these.
Yeah, I do.
You don't have them both McGuire's?
I do. I have those
Oh
both.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, those are awesome cards. Man, they're so
yeah.
good looking. They got some good shine.
Nice, but yeah, you gotta love that shine, that's for sure. But just all the cool inserts, they're just fun to pick up. So not everything has to be a one of one or a patch auto to be a completist. And yeah,
No, no, definitely. I mean, there's a few products. One that comes to my mind is how I like some of the museum cards better than the actual artist proof. Have you ever noticed that? Some of those look better.
Oh yeah, like in the mid '90s, the museum collection would have that Dufex technology, and the
Yeah,
artist proof would just have that artist proof stamp.
right. Yeah. It doesn't, they
Talking
don't
about
always
Eric.
have to be high end.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it blows my mind how much I've learned about player collecting since I started getting into the online community. Just like through Facebook and YouTube are the two main sources. I've just learned so much. And as a
Dude,
player collector, my recommendation, if you're new into player collecting, is learn as much as you can because there's always something to learn. So this is
I
spot
no,
on. 90s
no better.
inserts are still better than anything now. I absolutely agree with that. And I think it, it's funny to see the 90s inserts mature, right? Because like when you and I were kids, Eric, the vintage cards had matured, right? Like they kind of started to have value.
Mm-hmm.
And now the 90s inserts are going through a renaissance of maturity and value. And I think collectors are starting to realize that these cards, there's not a lot of them out there. I mean, like, look at this one here. This is not a 90s, but it's part of that era. There's 10 copies of this card,
Yeah, dude.
so there's not a lot of them out there.
Number
And
to 10.
I mean,
I
it's a
mean,
plain day bonds card that has 10 copies. You just don't see them pop up that often anymore.
no, heck no. Do you know anybody else that has that?
Yeah, I know three other bonds collectors that have
No
it.
way. Oh my, that's
Hey,
pretty,
hey,
that's
Hey,
crazy.
Eric, I told you there are three collections that are bigger
Oh,
than mine on people that I communicate with on a regular basis. I mean, it's kind of funny when you know player collectors. If there's a card numbered to 10, a lot of times you'll know where three or four or five of them are. You just know
no,
where
that's
they're at
crazy.
because you know other player collectors.
Yeah, but then you can have a card like the one that you have, numbered to 25, black, the X Factor, and you're the only one that has it
Yep,
out of
I'm the
all
only.
the
Yeah,
collectors.
so some of those, who knows? So it's
What's
so we
up,
got
Bill?
we got we got Bill here. He's a big Greg Maddox collector, so he knows of it's and the information on it, and that's another channel. Like I always learn something when I watch Bill's channel when he shows off his Greg Maddox pickups. There's always something to learn because he'll talk about the pack odds to get a card from that
Yeah,
set, and then he'll talk about the pack odds to get that particular card, and that
yeah,
always fascinates me. And I mean,
yeah.
that's information that I kind of know, but Bill knows it a lot more than I do on a lot of those cards. So
He dove. Well, because I think he collected a bit in the '90s, but or not. He collected through the '90s, but I'm not sure if he was player collecting. But I know he's familiar with a lot of these cards. But I tell you what, he dove pretty hard into player collecting because
yeah,
man, dude, what he accumulated last year, that Maddox collection, pretty impressive. Shoot, I didn't see what Ray said. I
yeah.
did.
Ray in here, I collect Ichiro, and he asked
Ray's
me a
great.
question on Facebook the other day, and I never got around to answering. If you guys aren't familiar with Ray's collection or Bill's collection, these are other player collectors. You should check their channels out. Just click on their channel. They're commenting here in the chat. But Ray had an Ichiro card. It was a silver from Japan, and he asked me if I have it. And I think there are three colors. There was like a blue. I don't know, but anyways, to answer your question, Ray, I do not. I don't think I have that silver one. But now that I think about it, maybe I'll go and because sometimes I don't have a checklist, so I always have to check. Um, oh, here we go. So,
You know what's funny? I was gonna mention that.
so
I was going to
So
mention about
hey,
the
Eric,
ultra platinum
I'm going to be
medallion.
right back. I'm going to put the show on you for a minute. I'm going to grab some cards and I'll be right back. But yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about that. So I'll be right
Yeah, I
back.
sure will. Let's see. So, Bill, there was one time when Nate and I were on the phone, and it was just after you had gotten the Maddox Season Crowns 1-of-1 masterpiece. Um, and I remember Nate and I were talking on the phone. I said, "Man, did you see that card that Bill got?" I said, "I didn't even realize they paralleled the whole set." So, and then how ironic that I don't know, a month or two later, the McGuire showed up, and then you told me that the platinum medallion in the subset was numbered to 50 and not 100 like the others. So we can always learn off of each other. Let's see what else. Since I got the Fleer box out right now, that's a favorite of mine. I don't know what to talk about, so I'm just going to start flashing some nice cards. Wish I had better lighting on that.
All right, I'm
Is that
back.
is it
I'm back.
PNG?
So yeah,
I just started flashing cards,
I'm
Nate.
back. Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put a link down below, and Ray and Bill, if you guys want to hop on,
Oh yeah,
just click on
that would be great.
just click on the link. I'm going to put it in the chat here
Those are
because
two great guys.
it'll be
Oh, I
fun.
wonder if Bill's feeling better.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the link in the chat, and then if you guys know, if you see me, or you can hop in. So
This is a fairly new one. I got this a couple weeks ago.
I don't know if I put it with tops or. So I think I do have it actually. I always have to look.
What
Okay.
card? I don't know what you're looking for.
So it's this card here. I don't know if McGuire is in this set. I think it was this one, if I'm correct, Ray. You were asking if I had it.
Oh.
But this card is from Japan. It's not a tops card. It is printed from the company is Kanebo or something like that. Kanebo. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced. Kanebo. And it is a 2002 card, but it uses a 2001 tops design. It says tops here, so I'm not exactly sure what the whole story is, but that's the back of it right there.
Man,
It
that
has
is.
like
Oh, here
Japanese
now.
writing on it.
What year did you say that came out, Nate?
This is a 2002 card. Then they use the tops. Here's the regular. Well, we got the tops gold, the Coca-Cola, and then the Kanebo. But the other
Man,
ones,
dude.
yeah, 2002.
If there's a McGuire like that, I don't know about it, but I know a couple of guys I could probably
Oh,
ask.
dude.
That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
Bill. I hope you're doing okay, man. So,
Oh, that's why I was
yeah.
asking if that's why I was
Hopefully,
asking if he was feeling better.
yeah. Hopefully, we just keep you
Hope he's doing
entertained
better now.
while you're fighting that. I'm sorry to hear you're going through that, Bill. Man, yeah. It's rampant around here where I live too, man. So, anyways,
Yeah.
2003.
What about
So this
Ray?
is a '03. So I don't have the
Oh, three.
I don't have the gold one for or the silver one for '03. I just have this I guess you could call it, I don't know what that color is. Anyway, they're interesting cards, man. I love them.
Those are super cool.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. Yeah. So what else are we talking about here, Eric? I
I
guess
got
like
some
with
cool cards that won't necessarily break the bank.
oh yeah, that set. is fantastic. So
Yeah, this is let's see. So I guess this one here, the green version, is numbered to 393. But man, dude, it's a lot tougher to find than you'd think. However, they're not. These aren't too. They're not too pricey.
all right, so
I mean,
here
the
we go.
production line.
Ray's got a little more. That set has Series 1, which is 2002 design, and Series 2 that has 2003 design. Both came out in 2003. So that's my point.
Oh,
See, I
okay.
just learned something about this set. I did not know that. I had no idea. So, I mean, there's always an opportunity to learn. So, Ray, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge on that one. So here's a nice one. The
Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
1999 Top Stars holographic dome. And I don't want to take it out of the case, but man, let me tell you, when you have this card in hand, it really pops.
I'm gonna
And with
say,
these, any player collector that has these, you want to you have to use the Pro Mold magnetic, and then you got to put a penny sleeve in front of it, because if you don't, the card will stick to the lid. So you got to, here, I'll show you.
man,
You
my
got to put a
lighting.
penny sleeve in front of it. Like, anyway, or yeah, you don't want it to stick to the lid, right? It's very tacky, but it's a beautiful card. I'm glad I've learned how to archive it, because I had it for like a year or two, and it wasn't archived properly, and it was just kind of trial and error for me to figure out how to archive that card. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I remember when I got mine, I had like everybody telling me it was funny.
yeah. So I know they're not. I think the hollow dome is like one per box, I think. But there's like 100 guys in the set. So, and
Yeah,
I
Bill's
don't
right
think they
about
made that many stars in steel. Maybe it was
Bill's
two per
right
box.
about that. The pack odds don't seem that tough, but dude, my McGuire, I'm gonna say that's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, the bonds don't pop up too much. I've seen a few of them, but they don't pop
Yeah,
up too much.
yeah, I can't recall. I don't remember seeing another one.
So I didn't know this. Have you seen this? Big Harv says ProMold has a new magnetic that you can have a card in a penny sleeve. So that's
That's
interesting. I don't
pretty
know that
interesting. I like that.
I don't know that I would necessarily want that, but it definitely is interesting.
It is. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't want to. I don't want to start switching stuff over now because it's gonna drive me crazy if I start changing stuff. I might want to change it all.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
sounds
Well,
sounds
my
pretty
collection
cool.
is definitely not uniform, because I started collecting back when, in the 90s, right? Like when I bought this card, I probably bought it and then I put it in a screw down, because when I bought this card, magnetics weren't really being used. This is a 2005 Turkey
Yeah.
Red Barry Bonds. And the first time I ever saw a magnetic was in 2006. And I think I got it when I bought a 2006 Topps Chrome Refractor of Bonds, and the seller shipped the card in a magnetic. And I remember thinking to myself, what the heck is this?
Ah,
I had never seen one before. And I was like, man, that thing is kind of big. It was a little bigger. I didn't like it, right? And then, of course, I said, it addresses all the issues that I have with the screw down.
there you go.
So here's a good
Screw gun.
question. Does the 96 Stadium Club Extreme Gold also fit in a Pro Mold, similar to the Dome card? It does not. Bill, I'm going to get that card out. I'm going to show it to you so that you can kind of see why it doesn't work. I got it. So that card, there is no holder that will work for the Extreme, for that particular card. I'll show you why. Let me get it out. So speaking of oddballs, guys, I'll show off a few oddballs here. Let me put a lid on this.
Oh yeah.
I got my jumbo box. There we go. That's a Berry Cola.
Mm-hmm. I love the Berry Cola stuff. You know
Here's a
that.
game disc. Man, I
Kadeko.
mean, cards like this,
Daco.
I enjoy just
Kadeko.
as much as the really rare inserts. Remember the old extra bases? There's that
Mm-hmm.
insert from extra bases. This card here is like a fold out. This one's kind of fun. I'll show it to you guys.
See,
I got to take it
you
out
know
of the
what?
top loader. But check it out. It's like this, right? And then there's the back. And then when you fold it down, oh, no, you got to fold it the other way. When you fold it down, then you got Jeff Kent, right?
Oh
That's why the
wow.
card looks kind of goofy like that, right? But I just stick it in my, I put it in a top loader. Um, okay, this card's really cool. This Glassworks Jumbo, or
Oh,
Gallery of Heroes, excuse me.
I
Man,
just happen to have that card out right now.
yeah, these cards are so cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
what's up,
really good
Mark?
looking.
Bill, I'm about to get to the card you were asking about, and I'll explain why it won't work. There's a box topper. There we go. Okay, so here it is. Bill is asking about this card right here. So this is the 1996 Extreme Players Gold Redeemed card. And the reason why it won't work in a magnetic is the card itself is much bigger than a regular card. It's like it's about the size. It's a little bigger than a 52 tops card. So if you could kind of see, oh man, this has so much glare. This is brutal. This glare is. See how much bigger it is. See how much taller and wider.
Oh yeah, that's
So
like a
there.
quarter-inch
So
card.
so the way I have to archive it, and I'll show you, is I put it in a team bag. So the card itself is in a team bag. Look at how beautiful this card is, by the way.
Yeah, that's killer.
And then I just stick it in like a large top loader. And it's the only way that I figured out how to store it. And there's another card, and I'll show you. There's a card from 94 Finest that I don't think Maddox is in. I think it's Frank Thomas, Barry Bonds, and Ken Griffey Jr. Similar card, exact same size. So it's, a big metal card. So neither one of these are going to go in a magnetic. So there you go. So we got that. And then what else do we have going on here? Yeah.
This is a bit off subject, but is John Mangini still here?
I don't know. I
You
don't see him.
I know this is off subject, but I won his contest, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I got the coolest card coming in, and it was definitely influenced by YouTube. And I
Yeah.
think this card's going to have a good story behind it. I can't wait till I might get it tomorrow.
More oddballs.
Oh yeah. I got a whole tub of those that I showed for Rick Oddball's contest.
Oh, Rick Vintage Oddball cards. So
Yeah.
those are those. So if Bill, if you're still on here, that's kind of the answer on that holographic dome. I don't know if you're able to see that, but you should be able to see it archived. So we have all that here, and then let's see here. Here, let's see what you got, Eric.
This is the 2000 Warp Tech, but it is I got some terrible lighting going on right now, Nate, because this card is it's one of my favorites, but
That is a cool card. Is that? Yeah, that's the one that does it have etching in it or something?
You know what? It's not etching, but let me see if I can get some light on it because it really is cool looking. Let's see.
Oh man,
It's
yeah.
definitely unique. It's definitely unique. It isn't. It's got like its own thing,
Yeah, that
its
thing
own
is cool,
technology.
man.
Which you know what the coolest part about this is like you got Griffey on it, but you see how he's like the plain side. Isn't that crazy?
Now, is there a version of that card where it's the other way, where the Griffey side is the shiny side, the McGuire side is kind of the bland
Nope.
side?
Nope.
All
And
right.
I asked one of my Griffey collector if he had this card, and he said nope because he's on the McGuire's on the good side.
Oh, damn. Oh yeah, the ruby. Whoa. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of cards.
Uh-oh.
I got a mess here. So.
Finally, you know what? This is the hardest card to photograph, but it is. When you got the light on it right, it is
Ooh.
killer.
Did you see what the bonds sold for that?
No, I didn't. What
You
was
know
it?
what? Take a guess what Barry sold for.
Oh, wait a minute. No, yeah, I did. I was watching that with you. We
Yeah.
were on the phone. I can't remember how much it was though.
Like six,
700?
almost $1,700, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And there's 50 of them. How does a card numbered to 50 sell for that much? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's because I think because the investors think that Bonds is going to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of glad he didn't get in this year because that means next year we can go. What's
I
up,
know.
Stowe
Well,
Sports?
I don't know that Bonds is going to get in next year either, because this year Bonds only got 4 more votes than he got the previous year. So I'm thinking, I don't know,
They're
man.
gonna they're gonna make a big joke of it if they let David Ortiz in, but they don't let in Bonds.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's
That is
and like when I was watching MLB Network, they were talking like, well, like A-Rod had a shot and Ortiz had a shot, and oh well, on Bonds and Clemens. I mean, so it just doesn't make any. At this point, nothing makes sense to me. And I just have to realize that it's a museum, and the museum doesn't define how good a career was, right? I mean, like like uh like Pete Rose is still the hit king, Bonds is still the home run king, and Shoeless Joe Jackson was still the greatest, one of the greatest players of his time, and it doesn't define who they are as far as what kind of career they had. It just means that a museum isn't going to let them have a plaque on a wall. That's all it means. Kind of when you boil it down, that's really all it means.
I
So,
mean, it's sad.
yep. So heck, I'll show some more cards off here. Um,
Here we go,
so
Nate.
one of the as a player collector, one of the series I really like are the black border parallel from Topps. And I know nowadays Topps has many, 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 many parallels, but in 2003 it was the base card, the gold card, and the very rare black border card. So this is because it's an older one. This one's only numbered to 52. So those are kind of tough. Oh,
We got this
yeah. So
one,
here we go.
the
Mikey makes a good
2002
point.
Black Refractor. It's going to be funny if Roland gets in before Bonds, Clemens, or Schilling. So I know Bonds is next year is his last year. Is that Clemens last year as well?
And Schilling, yeah. All 3 of them.
Yeah, Schilling. You heard what Schilling said though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
Schilling
know.
Schilling basically pulled out, said he wants to he'd rather get voted in by the Veterans Committee.
I don't know what to
Schilling
say
doesn't
about
want
that.
in.
I mean, Schilling is just, you got it. Like,
Right?
here's a really cool old school rainbow. Try to get that shine in there.
Oh yeah.
But
What
these are
is I
Bowman's
am trying to
best. One's numbered to 50, one's numbered to 200, and one's numbered to 300. I'm thinking there's probably one numbered to 100, but I guess I don't have it. Huh. Oh, that's
that's
one I need to
crazy. There
pick
you
up.
go. There you go.
300, 250. I wonder what color's numbered to 100. Anyway, I don't have that one. This one, I always call it like the computer chip refractor.
Oh, okay.
And it's
What
actually
year
from
is that
a
from?
product that they only made 1 year. It's called Topps Fusion.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Was that 2000 or
Yeah, whatever year it was, they like
2001,
combined like
something like that?
Stadium Club and Topps and Finest and Bowman, and then they made like these different cards.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah. Here's a nice Bowman's best. That's like Bond's last year. These aren't really considered refractors. They're just parallels. Man, that glare is brutal. It's funny, like when I have my screen facing the other way, it's all good. But
You know what that was interesting earlier is when you were talking about how sometimes you might be in the mood to buy some oddball cards and how your mood can kind of change.
yeah.
I thought that was interesting because I go through the exact same thing. And because sometimes I want to buy a whole bunch of oddball stuff and I'm really into it and I'm loving it. And then there's other times where I just I don't want anything to do with them. And it's
I
kind of
know.
weird how my
It is kind of a rabbit hole to go down the oddball. But here's one I got after watching a video from Ray. I collect Ichiro. You guys don't know, he's a big Ichiro Suzuki player collector. His collection is unbelievable. But he was showing off all these bazooka backs numbered to 25 on one of his videos. He was doing a whole showcase of his collection. And man, I had to have one of these. And when this one popped up, I bought it right away. This is one of my bigger pickups from 2020. You know, it's funny
yeah,
when I go and I reflect on all the cards I picked up in 2020, I got a lot more like rare stuff than I realized.
you
I picked
got
up a
you
lot,
got
a
some good
lot of
cards last year.
cards, a lot of rare cards last year. So I had a pretty good year, and I never did make kind of a recap video on what I did in 2020, but I suppose I should document like what cards I pick up and when so that I can kind of reflect, on the cards I picked up when I
Yeah,
picked them
well,
up as my collection kind of progresses.
you you did videos along the way though, so they are documented.
Yeah, I guess so. I just have to go back and watch them all. So I love it when this happens. So Ray says a collector dumped his collection. He had a ton of bazooka back minis. That is when collections like that come on the market, it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. A blessing because all these cards you're chasing are available, and a curse
Yeah,
because you don't have enough money to buy all of them, right? So
yep.
it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. But
That's happened to me a couple of times. I had to prioritize really fast and
yeah,
say,
well,
okay, what do I want to get right now? And
yeah. Well, that's when like being a part of a community of player collectors comes in handy because then if you could kind of communicate with everyone, everybody can kind of pick and choose what they want. Then you don't bid each other up, and everybody can get what they want without paying an arm and a leg, if possible, right? But with
yeah,
this hobby, the way it's growing, there are a lot of people buying Bond stuff that probably weren't buying his stuff before. So what's up, Bob Lewis? How are you?
Bob Lewis.
Welcome
Bob's a
in.
great guy.
Yeah. So
But
I
hey,
got a I
Bob,
got a funny story here. I'm gonna share it since we got Bob on here.
Bob is now a player collector. Austin Meadows.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably a good guy to collect because probably more on the affordable side. But anyways, I got this at the 2020 or 2019 National,
Yeah.
and you'll never guess whose lid that is I'm wearing.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, that's funny.
Yes.
Why weren't you wearing a
Bob
hat?
was gracious enough to let me borrow his hat for this photo.
Were you
So,
wearing a hat that day?
what?
You weren't wearing a hat? You weren't wearing a hat that day?
I was, but I wasn't wearing a Pittsburgh hat,
Oh, you were
and I
wearing a
knew I was
Giants
going to
hat,
get.
huh?
And I don't know. I just wanted to. I just wanted to wear Bob's hat. So so he and I are tobacco card brothers right there.
That's
So there
funny.
we go.
Yeah, I just came across something. I'm going to ask you a question, Nate.
Bob's has not washed it since.
He's not wanted it since.
No,
I've
no,
not
well,
wanted
he
it.
meant washed.
Yeah, you hit that.
That's awesome.
Nate, I got a question for you because I just happen to have this sitting on my desk.
Okay.
Do you collect cameo cards?
So
Because
so that one has McGuire in the background, but that's
clearly,
a Kirby Puckett card.
yeah.
And isn't that the image on the back of McGuire's card for 89 Upper Deck? I could be wrong. I don't know. But I do. You know what's funny? You asked me, do I collect cameo cards? Okay. So we're going to go back in this box I was thumbing through when I was answering that question for Bill. I do have this one here. This card here is technically a Cal Ripken Jr. card. See how it says Cal
Ah,
Ripken Jr.? And it has
yeah.
Bonds and Ripken, and then the back, it's clearly a Cal Ripken Jr. card. So to answer your question, no, I don't collect cameo cards, except for this one. There's this one Barry Bonds card, and it shows a picture of Bonds and Mickey Morandini at second base. And if you look at the card, you would think it was a Bonds card because Bonds is in front of Mickey Morandini. And I
You
actually
remember?
bought the card, added it into my collection, right? And then as I was putting the card into my collection, I was like, wait, this isn't Bonds. This is Mickey Morandini. So I ended up getting rid of the card. I didn't want it because it was a Mickey Morandini card. So I don't know. I guess now if I were to run across that card, I'd probably hold on to it. That's my
Yeah,
story of cameo cards. I'm not a big cameo card guy, I guess.
because I remember, I don't know, a month ago or so when we were talking on a live chat,
Uh-huh.
and I was showing you my Bonds collection, and I was just going to give you any if you needed them.
Yeah.
And I think it was that card I came across, and I was like,
I
"What?
probably
You
told
don't
you
have
put it in
this?"
the pile. I would hold on to it now. I should have a couple of pages of just
Oh, here we
cameo
go.
cards,
Is
I
this it?
guess.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, I remember. So I had this in my Bonds cards, and then I flipped when you said you didn't have it. I was like, "What?" And you were like, "Well, because it's not a Bonds."
Yeah. You know, it's
But
funny. I must have been talking about that card before because
yeah.
Near Mint Musings says I'm still talking about that card.
That's funny.
Uh,
Yeah, this is that box those cards I gotta send off to you. Maybe I can get to the post office this week.
so Retro Fan, you saying that doesn't count to 5,500? I don't know what you're asking, if that's a question or a comment, but I know we've
I
been
don't
talking about
count
all
mine.
kinds of stuff. Maybe he was talking about the Cal Ripken card doesn't count towards the 5,500. I'm
Right.
guessing that's what you're asking. And to be honest, I don't even really remember what cards I count and which ones I don't at this point. What happened here, I'll show you guys real quick, is I started this, like one day I counted my collection on August 18th, 2018. I counted my collection and I was give or take about 4,800 cards. And I think I subtracted a few cards just because I figured, well, I might have some doubles that I don't realize. And then there might be cards that I really shouldn't consider cards. So I just made it an even 4,800. on that day in this book, right? So now every time I pick up a card that I don't have that I qualify as a unique card, I add it into this book. And so today is what, February 1st. I actually got to add a card in here. I'll do it here on this live stream while we're talking player collecting with Eric, Oakland A's 1915. But my road to 5,500, I guess I'm doing. Oh, here we go. So today, okay, so all right, I'll add this. So my mail day, I don't know if I've shown it or not. So I got this card today, a platinum proof from 96 Leaf certified. Man, that card is just beautiful. Stated print run of 150. Anyway, okay, so today is 2. Here, let me do this here. 2/01/2021, and now I'm at 5,378. So that's kind of how I count my cards now. So I just wrote in my little journal here.
I'm going to go ahead and interrupt. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt you right there, Nate, and tell the community about what we're going to do when I move out there.
Okay.
And that's about how I'm going to come over. It's probably going to take 3 or 4 weekends all day, but we're going to actually put Nate's Bonds collection into trading card database.
Thank you, dude. I'm telling you, man.
We're going to order pizzas. We're going to, make a whole day out of it.
Yep.
Grown man diary.
So what's up? What's up, Dave?
Dave Archer.
Yes. So yep, we're in here talking player collecting, and of course we're talking about '90s cards. I know Amish Dave Archer loves his '90s cards. So of course we're baseball only, but there's a lot of similarities when you're looking at different sports. But each sport does kind of have their unique take on the inserts from the '90s. I've noticed. Like for example, like Upper Deck, they got the Young Guns, right? It's like the key rookie cards. And then basketball, it seems like, I don't know, Panini, right, is the big product now. I don't know what that, maybe Topps Chrome or Bowman were the big product before that. And then with baseball, key rookie cards, Topps Flagship. So it's just funny how the different sports have their kind of meat and potatoes of the hobby.
Yeah, so I guess Upper Deck's still around, huh, doing hockey, right?
Yeah, Upper Deck is. Yeah, I mean they have exclusive rights to hockey, so they make pretty nice product. I just don't have any interest in collecting hockey, but man, the cards that I have seen are absolutely beautiful.
Really? What a shame.
Yeah. So. All right, here we go. So here we go. It says Nate's book reminds me. All right. Well, I got to figure out what that's in reference to. Squeeze pull and not 1988. Okay, I'll have to check that out, Bill. And then.
Oh man, I do baseball. Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, Bobby Abreu, Derek Lee, nice. So I do have a few Bobby Abreu cards, not too many. Derek Lee, Derek Lee, he was from the Sacramento area. And this guy I knew used to work out with him at a gym in Sacramento when he was still in the league. So
the other day I was watching Brent do a '90s break. And he pulled a Derek Lee, and he said he ran into him at the supermarket like the week before.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah. He lives. I can't remember. He lives. Looks like he lives out in the country.
Yeah, maybe he does. Yeah, I don't know too much about him since he retired, but he was always like kind of a, borderline all-star type player. That's kind of how I remember him, and he had a few really fantastic seasons.
I got a good Bobby Abreu story, man. I saw him in New York City at Yankee Stadium. To be honest, I can't remember who they were playing, But I remember Bobby Bray thought he drew a walk, and umpire called a strike, and you could kind of see Bobby Bray looked back, had a few words for him. He didn't think it was a strike. Next pitch, he hit a home run.
Well, there's a walk that you don't want, right?
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
the pitcher probably got kind of sidetracked or distracted by the whole that whole incident, and then he just threw one right down the plate, figuring Abreu was looking for a walk, and he just happened to square up on it. But that's funny.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
So, so here's a question, Nate. Do you have the Bonds '98 fractal matrix run? It's funny you ask that question because that set confuses the hell out of me. And we were talking about earlier, as a player collector, I'm still learning about products, right? It's like I don't know everything about every product, but I have some of those cards, but I definitely don't have the whole run. I could get out what I have. I mean, I think most of them are in my boxes. I got to grab my Donruss box, but yeah, that's a great question.
Now you made a good point, because I don't get that. I don't get that set either. It's like some of them are numbered to 100, some are numbered to, depending on the player. Some of them are 50. Some of the
or they
players
got
are
print runs, but
200.
not serial number and X
They're different
axis, Y
colors.
axis, Z axis. And yeah, I don't understand that set is very confusing for me. The only way I could really learn that set is I just have to sit down and really put forth effort into learning it. And for me, I just pick stuff up that I see. And if I don't have it, I pick it up. And that's kind of where I'm at. But I really should sit down and actually write down what these cards are so that I can understand them more, because I don't really understand them as well as I should, being that Bonds is in that product.
I do know that this is a stated run of 100. And then this is actually a different set, but everybody mixes them up. Fractal materials and fractal matrix.
Yeah, yep, all that stuff. Yeah. Yep, I get them all confused all the time.
Number 20.
So off topic, I don't know. I mean, like, we could kind of like correlate this to McGwire going from Oakland to St. Louis. But I mean, that would be more card value. But I think McGwire actually benefited from going to St. Louis from Oakland, because Oakland Coliseum, man, there's a lot of dense, cold air there, right by the bay.
Worst air, yeah, one of the worst stadiums for a power hitter, for sure. So
I think St. Louis is a hitter's ballpark.
Yeah, you know what I think is actually going to help Arenado and probably in the hobby is the fact that the Cardinals are one of the most popular teams in baseball. They got a big following, and even though, like, a good example is, even though McGwire only played 4 seasons with them, 4.5, 4 and a month. Topps is still capitalizing on that. They still make Cardinals cards of McGwire just because of the popularity of the Cardinals. So I would imagine that Arenado, as far as his popularity in the hobby, might go up. Now, is his power going to go down leaving Colorado? That's a good question. But so actually, Bill said he wasn't even talking about hobby love. He was talking about his numbers falling.
Yeah, no, I would. And I think that obviously Arenado's numbers are going to fall just because Colorado is such a hitter-friendly ballpark.
Yeah, he's doing.
I don't think they're going to fall. I don't think they're going to fall a lot, but I think that, like, let's say Arenado, let's say if he were to have a 40 home run season, had he played in Colorado, I don't know, 38 home runs. You know, he might lose a couple of
35. 33-ish.
I
I
think,
would imagine
well,
he's reached
Arenado,
probably.
it's not like he's barely hitting
But
them out of the park. You know what I mean? I
but
mean, the guy's
you know
got
what?
power.
I think in Arenado's defense, I think he's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
So we may not have seen his best years.
Yeah.
So
So I like
how
what,
I wonder how old is he? Oh boy.
oh, so here we go.
Okay,
Here's a
Bill
different
thinks the
thought.
same thing. I
I think
think
Arenado's
Arenado's
numbers go up. Um, well,
good point,
now
Brett.
obviously, Colorado has a bigger ballpark because you know the ball travels more. Now here's the interesting thing: it's the doubles. I think you're going to see a lot less doubles, and the reason why is because in Colorado, the ballpark's a lot bigger. The players have to play a lot deeper, and therefore you get a lot more doubles because the outfielders are not in where you would normally be as an outfielder because you got to play deeper because the ball carries more. So you might see a bigger impact on how many doubles and triples Arenado has than you would see like a home runs going down. And so that would affect his slugging percentage. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. That's a great question. Um,
Poor Ken Booth. Did you see his video the other day? He had
no.
a moment of silence for Arenado being traded.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
So,
Yeah. So anyways, Eric, any other thoughts on player collecting that you wanted to talk about or
no, I think we touched on some good stuff.
right on? Well, I don't know too much about modern player collecting, but I guess we could talk about that a
Player,
little bit.
I
But
think player collecting is player collecting.
oh yeah.
However, because I dabble a little bit with the modern A's, and there's a lot of parallels.
Well,
A
let me just ask
lot
you
of
this.
parallels.
I can't remember. It was on Facebook, and I can't remember what group, but JT posted a picture
Oh, he had like 30 parallels of, I think it was optics.
of the Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah.
I think it was 50, and it's not all the same product. You have like Tops Chrome, and then what's there's Tops Chrome Black, and then you got what Ben Baller, and then you got Opening Day, and then you got the Christmas product. So that's
Right.
6 products right there. But it uses the same image for all the products, so that you got
Yeah.
like 6 to 7 or 8 different products that use the same design, and then you got all the different parallels within each of those products. I thought it was absolutely fascinating when I saw that post from JT. And one of the things I thought of is, man, that looks like a lot of fun trying to chase all that down. And then my other thought was, man, that looks like a nightmare trying to chase all that down. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, you know, you want a lot of variety, you want a lot to chase, but man, it's the modern cards is a whole different ball game, man. And
I
that's just
think
from Tops. That's just from the flagship Tops design products. All the product that uses Tops flagship design. So just think of all the other products out there.
I was
Yeah, they got
dabbling a bit
Tops
with
Chrome
it.
Sapphire. Man.
I was dabbling a bit with the Simeon PC last year, and it was fun. And plus the fact that Simeon was really affordable. However, it was just it because McGuire is still my main focus. It was, you know, it was a little harder for me to, be constantly searching for Simeon cards. So, but I think if I was only collecting a modern player, I think it would be a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
for me trying to do that, as kind of a side PC, it was a little tougher than I wanted it to be, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Man. Yeah. I mean, I think that I think the 90s had the perfect mix of parallels and inserts.
right.
And because the inserts were so creative, like, God, all the inserts were so creative and the parallels were creative, and all the different companies had to kind of one up each other. That's where competition.
That's exactly what was going on in the 90s versus now.
Yeah, I mean all the competition that was going on. I mean, oh, this guy's doing this, we got to try this, right? Like for example, look at this card right here. I mean, this is not a parallel. This is just a beam team. This is just an insert that they made for, and this is for Stadium Club, right?
Yep.
Man, I wish I
Numbered
had
to
better
500,
lighting,
but you
guys.
wouldn't
I
know it.
feel. Let me see if I can. This card is just a stunner, though, and you just don't see this kind of. I don't know. I love it, man. I love this kind of stuff. And then of course you like having the parallels too. So from that's a Stadium Club product, right? But the same year you got you got some of the parallels. So
Yep.
anyway, a few parallels and a few inserts, and there we go.
It all equaled up to
Yeah, speaking of those extreme players, I got all the these ones are kind of cool. I got all the redemption cards. So these are the cards that you redeem to get the extreme player, through the mail, and then on the back. So you don't get cards like this in modern product, where you get an insert card that you could redeem, or a redemption card that you could redeem for the insert, and fast forward 25 years later, and a lot of times these redemption cards are worth more than the actual insert itself, because everybody sent in the redemption card to get the insert. So those are always fun to collect.
I'm missing the bronze.
Oh, the bronze. Which one? The
redemption.
Oh, okay. Here's one that's been driving me nuts. I'm going to show this. Oh, wait, no, I don't have it in here. I won't even show it because those cards are in my binder, actually. But,
whoops.
Man, here's another beauty right here. This insert card is just a stunner. One of my favorites from 97 Top Stars.
Is that the Always Mint?
Nah, dude, that's just the All-Star card.
Oh, you know what? No, I don't. I think I've seen those before, but I'm not familiar with that card, to be honest.
Oh, here we go. So, Aaron, Derek, as a player collector, you must be incredibly thrilled to have found that bat card. Oh, yep. Keep showing it off.
Well, now that you mention it, Aaron, you know what, Aaron, you have no idea. So I was on the phone with Nate when I got offered this card about the same time that I was bidding on the gold embossed refractor. And you know what, to be honest, I made an offer they didn't want to take, and then at the time I was good with it, but the more and more I thought about it, I really regretted that I didn't pick it up. And so I'm glad I got a second shot at it, that's for sure, because
I never got my second shot at a bat barrel card on Bonds. But my second shot was that bat knob auto that I got. That Aaron was with me when I bought it.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. That was kind of my redemption there.
There you go. How nice of Aaron to bring that up again, huh?
Yeah, man. You gotta show it off as often as you can. That's for sure.
I know, right?
Yeah. So anybody in here in the chat have any questions on player collecting? I know Eric and I talked extensively about it for about the first hour, and we've been somewhat off topic for the last 40 minutes. But if anybody has any questions on player collecting, go ahead and ask away, and we'll answer a couple of more questions, and then we'll probably hop off here. So what kind of, I should see. Oh, man.
What's that?
Oh, see, as a player collector, I get text messages like this all the time. I'm not going to show you guys what's on my phone, but, I got a link to an auction, right? So that's another thing, like, when you're in a community of player collectors, people always know what you're looking for, and they'll send you links to
Oh
links to
yeah.
cards that you'd probably want. And then if you're not sure about the card, the person that sends you the link is probably going to tell you a little bit about the card and why you should get it and talk you into buying it.
Right.
Yep. So,
I think you and I have both talked to each other to find a few cards.
all right. So, what is the rarest card either of us are looking for, but that is not the most valuable? Damn, I don't know, man. That's such a great question. Because you know what's funny is there are a lot of cards like numbered to 25 that don't sell for a whole lot.
And then
And
there's
then there are
cards
a
numbered
lot
to
of cards
25
numbered to 100 that sell for a ton.
Yeah.
Um, Probably, well, this one, man. Oh, I just got that. I get check that card off this list.
So you know
So
what?
a numbered card, huh?
This
What
one
is the
isn't numbered,
rarest
but I'm
card?
gonna say this card doesn't sell for a lot just because a lot of people don't know about it. And luckily for me, I learned about this card because of Ben. And that is the 98 Fleer Rare Traditions.
Man,
And
you got a steal on that one.
yeah, and it's let me see if I can get some better light on it because you can't tell right now. I showed this on Aaron's live feed when I opened it up, but I think the reason a lot of people don't know, I mean, this, as far as I know, this is the only copy I've seen, and it didn't cost very much. I don't think because a lot of people don't know what it is, but it is
Yeah.
a rare because okay, so let me back up. I'm all over the place. So the 97 rare traditions actually say on the back it says rare traditions. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Should I? Shouldn't take that long. Uh,
So while you're looking for that, so Ben, hey,
Has been here?
yeah, Ben's here.
Well, thank you, Wait Triple Three, because without you, I would have never known what to look for. And so, what the deal is it doesn't say rare traditions on it. Now, the base card, the red and blue stripes here, they're just like a matte finish. But on the rare traditions, it's actually you can see it's hollow
Yeah, it's
foil.
like a holofoil. Yeah.
And so there's your difference right there.
So
That's it.
speaking of a card that I would love to track down, it's one that Ben tracked down several years ago, and it is the Quantum Leap from Upper Deck Retro. I would love to track that one down, but I think that one probably, I don't know. Nowadays, I don't know what that card would sell for if it became available.
Weren't you on the phone with him when that card popped up?
I think so, yeah. But and I think one had sold right before, like two of them popped up back to back, and Ben missed out on the first one, and he got the second one. And I remember telling him, "Well, I'll get the next one." And as far
And
as
it
I
hasn't
know, that
shown up
card
since,
hasn't
huh?
popped up since. And correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, but that had to have been in 2012 when you got that card. So that's one I'd like to get the.
I can't
What's
find
that
that 97 here.
aficionado one that's God, you never see it. Not the artist proof, but the other one.
First pitch preview.
First pitch preview. I'd like to get that one too.
Um, yeah, that card's kind of all over the place. I've seen it sell for not very much, and I've seen it sell for a lot.
So yeah. So we got someone saying 600 starting bid. I don't know what that's in reference to, but there must be a card I'm looking for that, or maybe that's what the card would starting bid be. I don't know.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. So this is the 96 Select sample. You can barely see it right here. It says sample right above Matt Williams. But that's this is not a very expensive one, but it's pretty hard to track down. You just got that card too, Nate.
Yep. Just give me 1 second, Eric. I'll put the show on you.
It's been on me.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I know.
There we go. I'm just going to start showing random cards. There we go. So
Yeah,
this is the
it must be
2001
too late.
2001 Kramer's Choice Canvas. That's a cool one. I'm just going to randomly start pulling cards out.
Okay.
Oh. 2000 Pacific, and I think what was that insert set called? Command. I can't remember exactly. Command something or other, but it's one of those proofs, those acetate proofs. It's numbered to 10. I don't know why this card shows up so ugly on camera, because usually it doesn't look that bad.
All right. I just got that card. Right here live. See, remember we were talking earlier about player collectors helping each other out. I just picked up a card live here while a player collector was helping me out while we're live here on YouTube. So when I get that mail day, I'll talk about it on my road to 5,500. But damn, yeah, I'm really glad that you sent me that link, Ben, because I'm fired up about that card. That's why I had to put the screen on you so I could get that card.
Oh, you just bought it right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what it is.
Yeah. So that's just kind of how it is, right? So yeah, man. Nice. Man, that.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, dude. Imagine getting that whole set.
No.
Anyway.
I know somebody that did it.
Yeah, that's just crazy. So there we go. Oh man. Oh, here we go. The Circa Rave. Yeah, that one's tough to find, that Circa Rave to 150. You know, the thing about that Circa is, I think at least in 1998, that product was kind of a cheaper product. So who knows how many of those got thrown away because kids were busting it.
That product actually flopped. This one right here.
Well, in 96, it was supposed to be a high-end product, and it didn't go over well as a high-end product. So in 97 and 98, it was a low-end product.
So there we go.
Yep, you got that.
I believe they lowered the retail price on these cards because they weren't selling.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that is a pretty tough card.
So any other questions, guys? And it's funny, we were talking about how it works with player collecting and how important it is to have friends help you out. So again, Ben, thanks so much, man, for the tip on that one card I just got.
I can't wait to talk to hear what this is.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a link here. So Ben and Bill, I know Bill can't hop in, but Ben, are you able to hop in right now? Did you want to hop in? I don't know if you can.
We're going to be on what, about another 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes?
Yeah, probably 15, 20 minutes. Well, what time is it? My wife gets home. Yeah, maybe like another 15 minutes. So.
Oh, it's cool. I haven't talked to Ben. I guess through a couple of text messages, but I haven't really talked to him. I don't think since last time we went live with him.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we got 28 people in here, so if anybody has, okay, yeah, just let me know when you're ready, Ben. Actually, let's see. So Detroit Bookie wants to know if we have the Frank Thomas and Tom Selleck card. I don't know. Is
No,
that like a newer card? I don't even know anything about that
no, no,
card.
no, no. You remember the movie Mr. Baseball?
Uh-huh.
Remember how Frank Thomas is in the movie as well? I
Yeah.
think, if I'm remembering right, I think Frank Thomas is the one taking over Tom Selleck's position when they first base when they decided to ship Tom Selleck off to Japan.
Oh,
They
really?
made a baseball. I think it might be like a Broder. I'm not 100% sure. I know I've seen it before, but yeah,
Huh.
Frank Thomas and Tom Selleck on a card.
Man, I don't know about that card. I mean, I I probably wouldn't have that one in my collection. So here we go. How about player collectors and rookie cards? When you're a player collector, and these are just some of them. I got a lot more of these. I just had to stick these in this box to kind of fill up the box. But when you're a player collector, you cannot not have enough rookie cards of your player.
You know what? I don't have the. This is actually probably one of my favorite cards, and this
Oh
isn't
yeah,
all of them.
the rookie cup card.
Yeah, I really like that. And you remember that's the one that I sent to Mark in '88 for my first and only TTM.
You know what I like about this card is when you look at it, what number is Barry Bonds wearing?
Number 7.
Number
Yeah,
7. So that was his number before he got okay, yeah. Ben, I'll just put a link in the comments, and when you click on, I'll let you in. So there we go.
I'm going to assume that he probably wore number 24 in honor of Willie Mays.
Well, that's exactly why he wore number 24. And when Bonds went from from Pittsburgh to San Francisco, Willie Mays said that Bonds could wear number
I remember that.
24, and Bonds said, no, 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 I don't want to do that. I'll wear number 25. And
I
that's how he got
remember
number
that.
25. All right.
Is this? Nope, that's not the one you were showing earlier. There we go.
So what's up, Ben?
What's happening, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? We got a lot of glare here.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah. So now we got a third player collector in here. So we've been it's funny, Ben, before you hopped on, we were talking about how how it's important to have other player collectors, give you tips and heads up on cards when they pop up. And so I bought that card that you sent me the link to while we were here on this live stream. So
yeah, I got home from work, ate dinner,
and
then I took a little look on eBay, and a couple cards popped up, and I saw that one. That's a short print to 100.
I can't wait to see what this is.
Yeah,
I like that card. Even though
so does Beckett? Yeah, I like any of those Clubhouse Collection or Bazooka or any of those old school kind of design cards.
Okay, yeah, I think I have an idea which card it is then.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll just add that I couldn't tell you how many times, Nate, we've been on the phone and you get a text from Ben about a card. That's happened quite a bit.
Yeah, it does happen. Or
who's sending you those texts late at nighttime? Who is that?
No, it's you. That's you. That's because poor Ben's only able to pick up like one Bonds card a month.
Yeah, that's how it's going these days.
Yeah, well, you're on a roll. You got a really nice one last night.
True, yeah, and I worked out a deal with Kevin, so I'm getting one from him.
Nice.
So there's a couple coming.
Nice. Ooh. That's cool, man. So you guys do a trade or?
Actually, I got 2 yesterday. I won that refractor and I got that elite. So
yeah.
So that's a rarity.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that collecting is a marathon, not a race. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, and you get as many as we have. it slows down just how it is. I'm glad Bonds doesn't have any new cards out. I'm happy with that.
Really?
You stay right where it is.
Yeah, we were talking to you. Did you see that post from JT about all the different Miguel Cabrera cards that use the same image?
No, that's got to be frustrating.
I mean, it was probably 50 cards.
JT's done a couple of those because I know that he did that. There was the tops, and then he also showed where it was like the optic, the Dunruss prism.
Oh yeah, man.
So he's got a couple of big rainbows going on.
Well, that's because
with Bonishewed Rainbow.
Topps is a monopoly. They do whatever they feel like. They don't have to put out.
But Panini Prism.
Oh, doing it?
Dude, they got like, it must be like 40 parallels, man. It's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Bonds was in Panini Prism in 2015, and I think there was like 13 or 14 parallels. So Ben and I both have all of them except the one numbered to 2 and the 1 of 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a cool set. I have a lot of the Maguires. I don't have all of them, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad I had at least one post-career rainbow to chase for Bonds, but I'm glad it's not something I have to, that they're making nowadays.
The problem with that product is it was pretty popular and people won a lot for those cards.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on that one. They did a good job with that set though.
So Ben, what's your favorite pickup you got this calendar year so far?
As for Bonds,
yeah,
I guess it'd probably have to be that Donruss Gold Press Proof.
That thing's beautiful.
25, so nothing that flashy, but when you find a card 25, it's always good.
Yeah. This one came in today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Platinum.
I love that picture.
Yeah. I kind of wish I would have jumped all over that one you showed me last night, but man.
Oh, see, the Maguire sold too. Did you get it, Eric? The guy listed a bunch of Studio Silver Press Proofs from '96.
Oh, I have that one.
Oh, okay.
I've had that for.
I was looking at the sold listings this morning. He sold the Maguire. He sold the Bonds. He sold the Larkin. He sold the Will Clark, because he had like the whole set. I think he said he sold the A-Rod. The A-Rod looked like it went for more than the Bonds even.
Wow.
So they sold quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have bought it, but I've been spending so much money. But then I should probably. I mean, I can afford it. That's why I should have bought it. When I made a video this year.
That one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are tough, man. It's like.
Well, they're 100.
Yeah, they're 100. But
I think they came in those weird. I think they came in magazine packs, which I think are jumbo packs. Is what those magazine packs are.
Yeah, so they didn't come in the regular Donruss packs.
Yeah, I think that's how it worked. Yeah.
No, I was bidding on something else last night.
Did you get it?
I think you have all the big cards now, son.
No, I didn't have this one.
Did you? So how that bat barrel work out? How did is that from another Maguire guy?
You mean that one?
Yeah. It just didn't pop up on eBay, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
So the story behind this bin was about 6 months ago. I got offered it, not on eBay. And me and the seller just couldn't. You know what? He wanted more. I thought I was giving him a good price, and then it was one of those deals that like after I didn't buy it, I just started to regret it more and more and more, and it started eating it, like, oh, I should have just bought that card, and and then one day there it was on eBay.
Nice. Hey, you've picked up so many big cards in the last year. It's crazy.
Last couple of years, yeah. Yeah, but the thing is it
just all runs together too, You pick up
Yeah,
a
that's the way
card,
ours work.
and it feels like you got it yesterday, and you've owned it for 5 years. You know, it's
Right? Yeah.
does McGuire have a quantum leap?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. I don't have it.
Joe
Onion
Ring
Rings
probably
got
has
it.
one, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And that's in
Yeah.
a Cardinals uniform. Then I take it.
Yeah.
98. Yeah. They're
Yeah, a
tough.
lot of
Yeah, I was
was,
telling Nate when he said Quantum Leap, one popped up on eBay last night.
are you serious?
It's on for bonds. It's $600 starting bid.
Now, which card?
The Quantum Leap, it's on eBay.
Oh, I was just talking about that.
It popped up last night. It's $600 starting bid.
Oh, dude, how did I miss that card?
The guy, I know the seller, he was on Freedom Cardboard for a long time. His name's Wayne. And he posts a bunch of he has a Star Rubies listed too and a bunch of other cards.
Oh, man. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, $600.
Oh, man. You think I should go for it?
Wow.
You know, 600 is probably a good deal if you can get it for that. But I can see that card going over 1,000.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
You said Star Ruby? This one? That one, Ben?
Yeah. He's got that listed too. I think 500 starting bid.
Wow.
Yeah, I think one just sold for a lot more than that.
Like about $100.
That's a steal and a half.
Oh yeah, he's got all kind. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I didn't see these listings pop up.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I used to chat with him on Freedom quite a bit. I don't know if he's like selling out his whole collection or just a few cards or what, but.
Well, I'll definitely be eyeing that Quantum Leap card. Damn. Okay, so that's what Significant Inserts was telling me earlier. So,
yeah.
So I didn't. I've been kind of back and forth. It's starting to rain here, and I want to get my dogs fed, and so. All right. Cool. But yeah, man, that would be a great card for my collection for sure. But I don't know if I can.
It's easily my top 5 favorite. Yeah.
Wow! Look at this.
Yeah. Wow, $10. Wow.
Damn, Aaron.
Aaron got some great deals on some Sheffield. Remember, check out my cards when that guy listed all those crazy Sheffield cards on Check Out My Cards.
Hey, Aaron, if you want, I'm gonna put a link. You can hop in if you're around. So let's get Aaron in here.
Aaron's gonna blow us out of the water now.
I know, with his Sheffield collection. You want to talk about another big? I mean, Aaron's got everything, but he has got a pretty complete Sheffield collection, man.
Yeah, I remember watching his video. He did a couple of videos on his Sheffields. Yeah.
So 150 for Vlad. That's a pretty good price too. Well, that's definitely something for me to get excited about, but hopefully I won't get priced out of it. So
I have a move on too. Yeah.
Move on Quantum Leap?
Yeah, I've got it for like $3.
I have another player.
For
wow. Awesome.
Got the techno.
Will you find it in $1? All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna let my dogs in, and then I'll be back.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm supposed to have a mail day today.
I just got a Jordan card today, so no bonds.
Really?
Yeah. I've been picking up some Jordans lately, but nothing too crazy because he's as expensive as it gets. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's probably even worse than Griffey, right?
Oh yeah, he's number one because there's people all over the globe that collect him.
Yeah,
Griffey might be number 2 one day. Griffey stuff's going crazy. You know, Mariner stuff, anyways.
Yeah, that is. You know what? You saw this, right, Ben?
Yeah, that's awesome. Great signatures.
So he's it shows Griffey in a Mariners uniform, but it says Reds. So
2001.
2002.
2.
Yeah,
Okay.
so these are the first McGuire autographs.
Yeah, it's sweet. Nice signatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've picked up a lot of big cards. I mean, you
Yeah,
got
it's a good thing.
Your gold. You got the Red Crusade. You got the 99 Brilliance 24 karat.
I don't have that one.
Oh, you don't? Okay. I just assume you do.
I think
No,
I remember one
I
time,
have
I
the
don't know if
gold one.
Aaron's going to hop on here or not, but I remember one time me and Aaron were at a local card shop and they had some really rare Sheffields. And they weren't too much money, and I can't remember exactly which ones. But Aaron's like, "You think I should buy them? You think it's worth it?" And I'm like, "Man, put it this way: if you don't buy it, I will." I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but
Sounds
man,
like
these are some sweet cards. I mean, I'm a baseball card junkie. I mean, obviously Bonds is my main player focus, but.
Yeah.
I've been with you.
Both got this one going, so that's good.
Oh, I know. That's crazy how that worked out, Ben.
Oh, dude, yeah. That card, man, one of my favorites.
Both in the club now.
I know.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know how many of them are out there, Ben, but
talking about it.
The guy I got it from said he bought it when he was a kid at a sports store, and they came in cello-packs of 5 cards.
Huh, maybe like a promo.
And he was a military brat.
Wow. Now you gotta get yourself.
And then some other posted my video. I said, if you have any info, oh yeah, yeah, I know. That card is that card. I've only seen 2 copies of it. Let's see. I think it's here.
Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
You know how I got something I just learned about like last week. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. Now check this out. If you look at the fonts on where it says Huntsville,
yeah,
we got 2 different fonts, which I've known about for a long time. Let's see. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see that they're 2 different fonts where it says Huntsville?
Yeah, I've heard about that one before.
Okay, well, I've known about the 2 fonts before, but somebody in the McGuire group is actually from Huntsville, and I believe he said that this is the original one that was given out at games in 1986.
Okay.
And I believe he said this one came out the year of the home run race in 1998 at the Huntsville games.
Oh, whoa!
They reprinted this card.
So you got the original.
So I'm going to talk to him more about that. I have them both, and I knew the both fonts for a long time, but I did not realize one was a reprint.
They came from different years.
So that blew my mind. So.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
So I asked me or Ben haven't seen it, and then Reese and Kevin never seen it, and then when I talked to Jeff, he'd never seen it. That's a schedule.
Yeah, mine looks similar, but let me grab mine. The back on mine is different.
Yeah, and also up here it would say Barry Bonds instead of baseball cards. And here it says Barry Bonds at the bottom. Home Run King. Yeah, the one Ben has is printed in 03.
I should have a.
See, look at the difference too. See how it says like baseball cards on the top?
Oh, you know what? I do have it.
Uh-oh. No way, Ben. Are you serious?
But the back on mine's different. Turn it over. Yeah. Okay, look at the front of mine.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is that yours?
Yeah, it says Barry Bonds, 1983 Home Run King.
Look at the back.
2007 Galden Park schedule.
Oh, different card. Different card.
Does it, hey, Ben, at the very bottom, does it say it's a schedule card?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ben's has a
I wonder if it
completely
opens
different
up and
back.
it's perforated.
It came with this schedule, like little printout thing, but the back is different.
Wow.
Did you take yours out, Nate?
Yeah.
Imagine he takes it out right now. It's in 2 pieces.
No, man, it's just the schedule. All this card is this. It's a schedule. It's not 2 pieces.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay, it just came apart. Okay, so it is the same card.
Oh my gosh,
they're
got
stuck
to be
together.
kidding me, Ben.
It came with this.
You got to be.
So okay, I got it.
Man.
Oh, so what is that?
2 copies.
Okay, so we now we know of 2 copies of this card.
Yeah. So, do you ask Jeff about that card? You don't have it?
He doesn't. He's never seen it before. Oh man, when you did your top 20 video, Ben, and
Yeah.
Oh,
You had-
Kevin's in the building.
this card on there, like number 2. Yep. What's up, Kev? Oh, that was crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
And then this card popped up out of like a day or 2 after you did your video.
Yeah, I love that card. That's awesome. It's a great.
Yeah. So,
Nate, you going to be out for a few minutes?
am
I'm
I
go
going to
check
be
my
out?
mail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go check your mail, man. So,
Okay, I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
oh, dude,
You got that one.
yeah, I got that card. Is that a rare? I got it in my binder. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see them very often.
I should probably not have it in my binder, huh?
I got mine in my binder.
Oh, you do? Oh, man.
This one's a little bit more difficult to find.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one.
You can find it, but
They're usually like 35, 40 bucks.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Is that the Barry Cola postcard? Hey, Kevin, if you want to come in, just hit that link on the in the comments.
The Venezuelan stickers.
Oh, here, let me give you the solo layout. Yeah, see, I need to start picking up the Venezuelan stickers. I haven't gone there yet. But those are awesome, dude.
Those can be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my oddball binder, so.
Yeah, you got some cool pieces in there, dude.
Yeah, I got that United playing card set. That was glad to find that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got probably more oddballs than anybody that collects bonds. I know Kevin has a lot, but I think you probably have more.
Yeah, oddballs are my favorite. Got all these APBA.
That's crazy. You had the
cards.
schedule card and you didn't realize it.
Yeah, it was just stuck together with that other piece of paper.
Does that piece of paper explain what it is, or
No, it's some kind of like team. Just a stupid advertisement.
What's up, guys?
Hey, holy cow! Look at that background.
explain what it is? I know, man. Your collection's nice and clean and organized.
I got the bonds there, the sets over there.
I've never seen it from that viewpoint.
There, the sets over there. Very organized.
I've never seen it from that viewpoint.
I swapped my monitors.
Nice, looks good.
Usually, you guys are seeing the other direction. Very organized.
Dude, you got to turn your computer down because we're getting like
My monitors.
we're getting your audio twice. Dude, you got to turn your computer down because we're getting
Oh, I know what it is. Let me turn off YouTube. How's that?
There you go.
There you go.
The delay off of YouTube. See, my daughter's really smart.
Yeah. Kids are smarter than us adults most of the time.
Most of the time they are.
Hey, so Eric, do you know Kevin?
No, how's it
I've
going,
commented.
Kevin?
How's it going, man?
Yeah.
I like watching your posts, man. You're the McGuire guy, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You're one of the bond collectors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he posts some killer bonds cards.
That's what the back of my gold pounders looks like.
Oh, here, let me, I'm going to put you on solo here.
See, now that back looks different than ours. There's like players on the back.
Discovering that there's different variations.
See, that's the one that was printed in 03, right?
Yes.
See, the one we have is a schedule that was from 2007. So they use the same image, but kind of the same image. But it's a schedule. So that's a big
and you
difference.
know what? Yours says Home Run King on the front, right?
Yeah.
Look at mine. Mine says 1983 NBC.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
you got them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's from that team set.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
So
a
is this
different
not the right
product.
card?
Well, it's just a different card, that's all.
Oh, just a different. Okay.
Yeah.
But that is the Alaska Gold Pounders then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I've already been
That's
duped
awesome.
on
You
that
guys
card
just found a
twice.
variation.
I get it in and it's a custom.
You guys want to see this?
Yeah. Open up your mail day.
I'm
You know what
excited.
card it is,
That's
but these
killer
guys don't. I'm pretty excited about this one.
Oh, boy.
I'm excited. It's actually a modern day card.
Wow.
stuff. Oh,
Oh,
Damn.
man. That was worth the
Oh
reveal.
man, dude, that is sick, dude.
wow.
And you
So,
got McGuire and Jackson on there in the A's uniform.
yep, that's exactly why I was like, man, there it is. I've been wanting to get a Reggie McGuire autograph for years,
That's
and when this one popped up, remember I sent you the link right away, Nate. Remember?
Yep.
Like, oh, check this out. I was like, this. So, sent the guy an offer. He took it. I'm pretty.
Hey,
pumped.
guys, I'm
I think
gonna
this
be
card
right
is sick.
back,
I love the
okay?
yellow.
Is that like gold foil? Looks like a foil.
Kind of does, huh? Yeah, it's like it's not exactly a foil, Ben. I got no, it's not a foil. It's just kind of a unique kind of a yellow. I don't know. This card is.
Yeah, it's nice.
I love it, man. I found the loophole. I found how I can still add to the McGuire PC while collecting other players.
Right. Yeah, I have
So-
a Bonds Reggie Jackson dual auto too.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Still
good.
more than 9.
That's the only one, right, Ben?
Yeah, I believe it's the only Reggie Bonds card.
That's wicked.
Okay.
That's a great card, man.
I'd have to go dig it up, but yeah, it's an encapsulated card from Topps when it was uncirculated.
Yeah. Was it pretty low print run?
Yeah, it's serial number to 9. Yeah, I think I have 9 of 9.
Yeah, this one is hey, you know what? That's an eBay 1 of 1 right there because it's number 9 of 10. Reggie.
Oh yeah, right.
9 with the A's.
eBay 1 of 1.
Yeah.
Yep, jersey number.
Nice.
Smitty's gonna love this one.
Man, that's incredible. Ben, you got the Jackson. Oh wait, no, on that one actually. The Reggie Jackson, and Barry Bonds duel.
Oh, that just come in, Kevin?
I came in about a week ago.
That's a nice patch.
Little deal I struck with
Nice big
Albertson.
patch too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man, that one's cool, dude. I got that one with the logo man on it.
Is that the one? Okay, that's the one you got. That's a 1-of-1 though, right?
No, it's just a regular card. I got both. I got one with the logo man and the one like yours that doesn't have the logo man. But I keep both of them in the collection because the logo
Kevin,
man is just different.
Setup.
Oh, you like that? So
Yeah,
those
Kevin,
are all
you got to
my
come to
top
my
sets.
house
Dude,
and
the background looks sick, dude.
you got to help me out with my setup, dude.
So all those are sets from the year I was born to 2020. So I got 79
Nice.
Yep.
all the way through 2020. There's a few others kind of mixed in. And then my Yankees PC is up at the top. Then I got a couple of Bonds starting lineups at the top. And then straight behind me, all those boxes, that's all my Bonds cards.
Man.
Okay.
So how many
You
you up
all
to
top
now,
loaders
Kevin?
and shoe boxes?
Top loaders and shoe boxes, yeah. Some of them are in 1-touches. I got a little box that I have a handful of graded cards and odd size stuff, and one shoe box that's full of odd size.
He's closing in on 5,000, I think.
I just with the 3 that I got today, I am at 47.
Yeah, I love the way it looks.
49. Thank you.
So you're just
when I move up to the Bay Area, I want to get like a.
So I'm about 600 ahead of you then.
Yeah.
Kevin's been on a streak though. He's been pounding them out every week. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you've been getting a lot of them.
I've seen his mail days. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting lucky. I just start in a year and just work my way down when I find the holes. Like this is stupid. I should have known this a long time ago. On Trading Card Database, if you click on the card that you need, if eBay has a link, they put it in there. And I never knew that. I just figured that out like, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. And that's how I've been just kind of hammering down some of those holes.
Yeah, man, you've been really plowing through the checklist.
Every now and then I'll find a good one.
Yeah, here's one that I picked up that I didn't even realize I didn't have. I picked it up not too long ago.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Artist proof, nice.
Very nice.
But it's the artist print. And today, I don't know if I showed you or not.
And that's print run.
I got that one in today.
That's a little print
and then
run,
that
right?
guy.
Right for
What's
96. Yeah.
I got this one off of Jeff.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Oh, nice.
That one's the one numbered to 10. I bought this one on the Barry Bonds website. I think I got the last one. But man, it's hard to get Bonds autos now. They're just selling for a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
I mean the ones that used to sell for like 50, or some of them are going for $300 now.
Absolutely.
So, have you gotten any autos lately, Ben?
That 99 SP signature was the last one I got, and that was only because it was reasonable.
Wow.
It was like 150.
Yeah, it's the opposite for McGuire, I guess. His autos are going down because he's signing a lot now. Right, Eric?
He's frozen, I think.
I think he is.
Ben, you know what? You're the only one that's coming in clear to me. Can you hear
my
what
camera's
Kevin
the worst. My clarity's not that good.
Because Nate and Kevin are like.
Hey, Eric, why don't you hop out and then hop
Ben
back
is
in?
clear as day.
Here, I'll show one.
Yeah.
I think mine is just
There
my
you go.
camera. I think my camera sucks. What the hell
Yeah,
did I
that's
make that
sweet. They
letter?
didn't do all 73 though.
Man,
like
that
they did
card,
McGuire.
Ben, is so sick. It took me 13 years to find that
did he say?
73 home run card.
Didn't want to lose our loss.
Yeah, that one doesn't pop up very often.
No.
Someone very generous sent these to me today. I thought they looked cool on the slab.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Wow, those are nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna display them here on my man.
Beans
Okay.
and that's like
They look
Fleer.
pretty. So they'll be going. Yeah, the Ames 2020 Club, and then the Baseball Heroes box set card.
Oh shit, it's right here.
Oh,
Nice patch.
all right. You know what, guys? Oh, dude, that's beautiful. Guys,
So
I gotta hop off.
Speaking of Jeff, I did buy I don't know. I think it was like let me see if I can find it.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna hop on here, guys. I gotta hop off. My wife needs a computer, and we got it. So, anyways, I'm gonna hop off. But this was a blast, and
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Nate.
I'm doing it again very, very soon. All right, guys. So, thanks for
All right, Nate.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and Ben, Eric, Kevin, thanks for hopping on. It was a fun conversation. Hopefully somebody learned someone or enjoyed hanging out with us. So until next time, guys, as always, until next time, happy collecting.
Take care, buddy.
See you later.